Okay.
Okay, thank you, Steve.
All right, another event. You leaving? I'm going.
Let's go to the minutes of March 14th.
Okay.
Nope, thank you, see ya next month. See ya.
We're out of here. See you.
What's that? Oh,
Kevin Decker was here last month, did he give us an invoice? When he was here? I don't think we received it. We don't have any bills. In your packet, did he give you an invoice? Yeah, it was, usually we pay them in April, and I was seeing his name there reminded me. Yes. This is pretty history. There we go. This is what I want to see. Yeah, we gotta add that to the bills tonight. I should have thought of that yesterday. Okay. All right, I make a motion that we accept the minutes as presented.
Motion made and seconded to accept the minutes as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor, Sandra? Roll call, Sandra?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Bill, yes. Mary?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Motion carried. Treasurer's report.
March beginning balance in our general fund was $100,000 for 1981. Total income, $5,990.47. Expenses totaling $65,085.67. Balance in our general fund, $41,324.61. Beginning balance in the tax fund was $94,797.56. Income of $26.35. Expenses of $94,597.56. Balance in the tax fund $226.35. Our CDs are at a total of $19,580.68. Our ARPA funds, the beginning balance, $21,338.18. Income of $2.60, expenses of $5,007 even. Balance in our ARPA fund, $16,333.78, giving total township funds of $77,465.42.
Any questions on the treasurer's report?
did we get the burn permit payment?
Yes. Yep, it's in here.
Hearing none, we'll place the treasurer's report on file as presented. Clerk's report.
The amendment for Somerset Township was something.
We done that.
Yeah.
Okay. I haven't got anything from the assessor. Fire report.
Hi, everybody.
Be nice to him, this is his first time.
I gave Bill my officer's list.
Yep.
He has a copy of that. Mary has an updated copy of our active duty roster. As far as fire department happenings, steel will be going on in the exterior of the building tomorrow, no, Saturday. Let's see, so we were talking about Microsoft 365, email, Word, Excel programs. I was supposed to be getting pricing from the government pricing option. However, they will not provide that pricing option until you start the application process and do a trial period. I've been back and forth on the phone multiple times, and they can't deem that information until the application process is started to verify that we are a government entity that's eligible to receive that pricing. Yeah, that's what I said too. I went round and round with them. So with that, the business pricing was $6 per month per user. So I'd like to ask for the blessing to proceed forward and find out more information about the government pricing with a expectancy not to exceed the $6 per user per month fee.
And by users, what is considered a user?
Individual members.
So we got our 20 members or something on the fire department.
Is there a minimum of 25 users?
Yeah.
So
Because
probably
it would include the board also.
Okay. What benefit is there to doing this?
So the benefit is the programs we need for the computers. It's the cloud-based software for file sharing. It gives you all of your document programs you need on the computers themselves, because the computers, we added 2 new workstations at the fire department. But they're just base computers, they don't have any additional programs or anything out there.
Would we still be using that reporting software that we're using now?
Yes,
Would we still be using that?
That's a system required for fire and medical report uploading to state and federal. You can't get away from that. It's mandated.
Which we're exploring 2 options right now on that reporting system, to try and, because the one that we currently use is going offline in July, so we've got 2 other options we're trying to explore right now to potentially find a reduced cost for that. And
So we requested the demos.
yes, we have the demo coming that we're starting this weekend for the one, and then I have another conference call tomorrow with a different outfit out of New York that operates the program.
But we checked with departments locally around us that do the same, provide the same services to see what everybody else is using, because the system that we use is cumbersome, and that's being polite. So we're looking for something that's, better functionality and a better price. I'm not sure that you would get a better price that's pretty low, but
It'll probably be,
comparable.
So
they would be comparable is my
that's on a
assumption.
that's a monthly fee of
Correct.
up to $6 for up to 25 pieces.
For up to 25 people.
How much is that?
$6 per person,
Per person.
$6 per user.
Per user, yes.
50 a month.
$150 a month.
And this is just like to do your fire reports and
It gives the township.com addresses, it's Outlook, it's Excel, it's Word, it's all of the Microsoft 360 programs.
Does everybody on the fire department, do they all have to have access to it? I mean, if you downsize it at all?
You don't, but for communication purposes and electronic documentation, trying to get away from paper systems, and
And,
keep everything secure so that you don't have file cabinets with you know, sitting around.
So what you want approval for us to proceed with that?
To proceed with we know the pricing for the one model is $6.
There won't be any more.
That's worst case scenario.
That's worst case scenario. The government model, I can't get pricing until I get involved with it, but I can't get involved with anything until I
To
have a
approve our
list.
government.
Yes. So,
I guess that's kind of the way we have to go. I'm not opposed to it.
We talked about that when I was doing clerk,
Yeah.
that it was getting,
Well,
it's a struggle.
that other $208 one, that gets pricey too, that's $2,500 a year.
Yeah.
It's just,
Is there some type of firewall or something on that system? So
Yeah, it has.
it's privacy.
Yes.
I think, I'm in favor of going, proceeding with it. I'd like to keep Craig involved.
I've had a couple exchanges with
I
Craig
want,
in
I
the
want,
past.
I want Craig's input, I want you to have that relationship, he's my go-to guy here.
Well, now that I know he's the IT expert, he'll be my go-to guy also.
But, no, I realize that we probably have to do this, and we should do this, to keep up the speed with everything else we're trying to do. So I'm in favor of it, I'd like to approve the procedure and go ahead, whatever you need to end. I don't know what word I wanna use, but, so, we give a motion to do that.
I'll make that motion.
What is it?
What is it? Governmental.
Explore
Microsoft.
the government option for pricing, with a cap set at $6 per user.
Is there a
No,
commitment? I know-
approve the purchase.
We need to approve it.
Yes,
Yeah,
Because
Microsoft.
there's no sense in making me explore it, we're not gonna.
But the
So
worst
we need
case
to approve it
scenario
up to
being the
$6.
$6 per user.
Pretty good indication it won't be $6.
That's what I initially heard.
Okay, motion made,
I'll second.
motion made, seconded.
What she said.
Any further discussion? Let's do a roll call vote. Craig,
Yes.
Mary,
Yes.
Bill, yes, Sherry,
Yes.
Sandra,
Yes.
motion carried. Thank you. Anything else?
I think that is it.
Now go to my list.
Yes, for me, I'm sure Patty has some updates.
I just finished up, so I'm just reporting up through the 31st when I finished. I'm still finishing up the building. We have a few projects left. One was lining the floor. We did pressure washing this last weekend, scrubbed out the floor in the new bay, where we had we had actually painted those floors and the paint's not staying on that concrete because of the way it's
Probably
sealed.
because of the sealed
Yeah.
floor.
And so we put the tape down, but that tape's extremely expensive. It took us 3 rolls and I think it was like $75 a roll when we bought it. I would like it to match the whole way across, so we have the old bays. We're not gonna put the stripes like we did before to have 4 bays. We're just gonna leave it the 2 and 2, but it's required for the MIOSHA guidelines. You have to have the stripes on the floors with the walkways. So I'd like it all to match across. So I'm thinking we're probably gonna need 2, at least 2, if not 3 more rolls of that yellow tape.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Does that staple tape?
What is the name of that, John?
From 3F. That's sealed in 3M.
It's an industrial tape. It like, I stuck it to my thumb at 5, ripped the hide off. It's some good stuff.
No, do it. You gotta do it. And you're gonna put the siding on this weekend.
Yeah.
You should get that complete. You think you'll get it complete this weekend?
Oh, we're gonna get it complete. I'm over it. We have, the old kitchen is being cleaned out. Dump day is the following weekend. So we're hoping to get all that out of there. That far side, Tim flattened out some of that gravel that ran down the back building. And we've got, some cleaning and yard work to do on that side. The sign still has to be done. We're looking at buying the LED sign that'll hang under the Moscow Township fire. And then we're gonna put posts in and do those stone pillar covers that cover the post, so that it's kind of a clean look. But we want to do the LED sign opposed to the letters, the blow away sign that we've had for, you know, we tape those letters on to keep them on the board out there, just so you're aware. So that's the sign, the tape on the floor, the steel, and one more. Oh, the graphics. Linda Yoder has, the basic design that she's doing for the graphics on the big red doors.
On the building?
Yeah. And then that's it. The Hillsdale County Firefighters Association, the entire county is coming to our building April 18th or April 21st. So the association meeting is normally held at Hillsdale Township Fire Department, and they're coming to our station. We invited them so that the firefighters could come and see. Our open house, in case anyone hadn't heard, it's gonna be, the 18th, May 18th, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And I just ordered all the invitations for that. They should be here this week yet. The other thing is, we just ordered 7 helmets. Our helmets, we didn't order any gear. In fact, I don't think we ordered any in the last fiscal.
Ordered in the last 6 months, I think.
No. So we ordered 7 helmets. I think it'll be around 2,000, which is still keeps us, you know, a third of the cost on what we're allotted for the PPE requirements. But our helmets were reaching the 10-year mark, plus we had the officer changeover. So there's no sense in giving a new officer an old helmet, yeah. So those should be in anytime.
How are we doing on turnout gear, right? Get to where you.
Turnout gear is about 2 years
So,
out, so we have to start ordering,
Start.
yeah, towards the end of the year.
Cause we were doing about 1 quarter.
Yes, no word.
Okay, we need to keep up on
Tanks,
that. We don't wanna be
tanks.
behind.
Yeah, SCBA tanks are something, remember we talked about way back when we were supposed to be doing those once or twice a year? Ordering bottles, and we're gonna have to take a look at bottles, and because we have some that aren't gonna hydro test. They're only, the tanks, the bottles are only, carbon fibers are only good for so long, and then the steels are only good for so long, you have to take them out of service. And we had numerous bottles given to us, and we took some of ours and gave them to North Adams because they were struggling to get equipment. And some that were donated, but we're gonna have to look at buying a few bottles. So, that's it.
That's it.
That is all I have.
Thank you, guys.
Just to piggyback on gear, we do have some gloves and Nomex hoods, that are gonna be needed too in the future.
We usually have a rep come in and give us, they bring in different
Samples.
styles so that we can, because we couple ours, our fire gloves, so that we can do extrication, we do both. So if you don't do extrication, you don't need the dexterity, but we have them bring them in so that we can function on both sides and not have to buy 2 sets for each person. So we'll get a rep to come in and do demos.
Okay. Thank you, kids.
You're welcome.
Cemetery report, I don't have anything. Park report, I don't have anything. New business. We got a quote to paint the outside of the hall, from the same guy that painted inside here, $6,485. It's the same guy that painted it 30 years ago, and I highly recommend him again. He won't start until midsummer sometime, but I wanna get on his schedule, get into his schedule, get on board. So I'd like to approve that. We've talked about it in the past, and Mary and I aren't sure whether we approved it or not, so I wanna approve it tonight and make sure we got it covered.
If we decide that we put the outside off for a while.
I wanna get on his schedule. I don't think we're gonna go with anything for a month or two. he likes a third down to get started, but, I'd highly recommend him, I wanna use the same guy. So,
I make a motion to approve. Yeah, same thing. I'll support.
motion been made and supported to, paint the outside of the hall, $6,485. Is there any further discussion?
Is that coming out of the ARPA funds?
Yes.
Roll call, Sandra,
No.
Sherry,
Yes.
Bill, yes, Mary,
Yes.
Craig,
Yes.
motion carried. I think it's important that we maintain this building, the people before us have maintained it, and I wanna maintain it for the next few generations here. So, it's a good facility, and it's been maintained well, I wanna keep it up. So
It
thank
looks
you.
nice inside. It's very nice inside.
Yeah, he did nice.
It looks good.
Yeah, I got crown molding yet.
Yeah, we gotta do the molding, yeah, that was something, partly my fault, I didn't realize that the drywaller was gonna have to tear it down, and in the time frame, I couldn't get it put back up in time to get it painted, but I think we can put pre-painted crown molding up there, and it'll be all right.
Looks good.
I talked to Ben about it, he's looking into it. And Ben gave me a quote on the ramp and the deck railing out front. I would like to see that all covered in white vinyl. And I don't wanna do it until after the painting is done outside.
One thing about white vinyl, it's slippery when it's wet.
Well, we're doing just the railing.
Just the
Not-
railing.
Not
Okay,
doing
not
the
the
deck.
deck.
Not doing the
Okay.
deck. And he gave me a quote of $2,600, but he also said he'll fix the foundation out there with that. Yeah, I wish he'd have made it separate, but he included that foundation work into that deal, so. That foundation on that northwest corner needs some attention. So, but everything else on the building is in pretty good shape. But I'd like to approve that 2,600 for the ramp and the railings and that foundation.
I'll make that motion.
Motion made and seconded to do the ramp and the railings and the foundation outside, $2,623. Any further discussion?
Does that come out of the ARPA funds?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Mary?
Yes.
Bill, yes, Sherry?
Yes.
Sandra?
No.
Motion carried. I didn't have any old business. Is there any you're aware of, anybody? We move on to correspondence. I've got one thing here, correspondence. Michigan Department of Environmental, Great Lakes and Energy Water Resource Division permit. Stone Co's got a new permit good through March 20th of 29 to do their mining. One thing that I just wanted to point out, they're gonna continue the existing mining operation to create a 278 acre lake, Lake Marie, and a second lake of 73 acres, Lake Wilson. That'll be the one west of Dickens Road. The average depth of these lakes shall be 50 feet deep upon completion. That permit doesn't indicate any changes to Dickens Road. No, I don't mean it won't happen, it won't change. They've got a lot of work to do before they even address Dickens Road. They gotta move all the power lines. There's a lot of work that they're gonna do, so I think it's between you and I, if they just kind of threw out, see what resistance it's gonna have. And maybe in the future, they'll address it again.
Yeah, there's power lines that are gonna run along Mosherville, running off of the road right away. But that's
They're gonna move.
Mosherville, the south side of Mosherville.
They'll move them over to the north side of the property, near the.
That'll be costly.
So you must live right around the corner.
That's gonna happen regardless. You got any correspondence? Anybody else?
No.
Okay, bills for April.
We gotta add 20,559 to that here. just,
Got me another,
no,
oh, it's print.
Yeah.
Oh.
they want the
Read
boss.
it, read it.
Yeah, they want the boss. Up with the total. 31,000. Oh my goodness. 31 what? Oh, 23.
How much?
31,923, 72. Now I have an extra 3 in there. Okay,
Well, that insurance for Decker, that's for the year.
that's for the year.
So,
Includes everything.
includes the additional for the facility up on top of the hill.
And here, and the park. It's not too much.
And the
more.
additional for that building wasn't that big.
No, he's saying that this is,
Well, it wasn't $2,000, was it? For that building.
it was like nine. Okay, this is the pre-bid history, 2024. Okay, so. We're at 6.6%, which was 1,276. So
So
that's
if we
not
took the building
bad.
down, we took the building down, but, I don't think that was too bad.
Mm-mm. It's a whole lot less than I thought it was gonna be,
Okay, don't pay the bills.
in the amount of 31,923.72.
Is that a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Motion made and seconded to pay the bills in the amount of $31,923.72. Is there any, discussion?
Highway ARPA funds?
No.
No.
ARPA funds. Okay, roll call. Sandra?
Yes.
Sherry?
Yes.
Bill, yes. Mary?
Yes.
Craig?
Yes.
Motion carried. Thank you. Bills are paid. Public comment again.
The one thing I didn't bring up was the credit cards. I told Mary I would just turn in my credit card and then they can have one issued to Tony. I got a new credit card, mine expired 1st of March or end of February, and I just didn't renew or activate the card that I have, so it doesn't have anything on it. The stuff that I approved at the last board meeting, the stop signs, suction catheters, the invitations, and the squeegees that we bought for the station, I just paid for. So I'll just turn in receipts for the stuff.
Oh, you don't have to.
We appreciate your
To change,
service.
to
You gotta rephrase that, aren't you?
Should have activated that card.
Yeah, I should have activated it. So I don't think you need it back necessarily, do you? If it's not activated, I can just cut it in half and throw it away and they can just get him one. And he can borrow yours in the meantime?
Yep.
Okay, cause he'll have to order tape.
Okay.
And then for, if there's anybody that has, family members or whatever that are using EpiPens, we carry EpiPens on the rescue, and there's an Epi shortage going on. I'm not sure if you've heard the scuttlebutt, but, we are switching over, our rig is switching over to ampules now. So it might be something that, you know, if yours are coming up for expiration, you might wanna check into it sooner than later. Because we have to completely switch over to dosing and syringes. Just general information.
Thank you. Anything else on public comment?
Mr. Supervisor,
Pardon, go ahead.
we go back quite a few years. It's good to be here with you tonight.
Good to have you.
At our age, we never know how many more, right?
You never know.
It was a good meeting. If anybody wants to see it, you can see it on YouTube channel, The Adams Times.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Mark. Then no more public comment, let's recess for a little bit. And what we do is recess, get some of the paperwork done so some of the fire department can leave. And when we come back, we're just gonna amend the budget and straighten up the paperwork for that part of it. It is still an open meeting, anybody's welcome to stay. So it's gonna be 10 or 15 minutes before we come back.